I don't think that's a game that's going to linger long in anyone's particular memory. What were your thoughts on it?
Like you said, we knew coming here, listen, we don't make excuses and stuff, but conditions and the pitch obviously plays a huge part in terms of the style and how you approach the game. But I actually thought, especially first half, we had the better of the opportunities, some really good opportunities that if we had that wee bit better quality in the final third, we could have scored a couple today. I thought the back four and stuff was solid to get a clean sheet. One of those games, desperate to see the back of it from a neutral's point of view, I bet. But listen, there's positives in there, especially after the performance that we wanted last week. And like I said, probably done enough to win the game in my opinion.
I think the first half chances in particular, we on another day put a couple of them away. Second half didn't really test the goalkeeper as much as you would have liked. There's maybe that one moment where he comes out and collects the ball just at Mock's feet. We've worked that really nicely, and if he's able to get that finish away, it would have been a really nice goal. But other than that, a wee bit disappointing in the final third, second half.
But again, even from Dunfermline's point of view, I think Cade had won a couple of corners that they were flinging on top of him that he dealt with and punched kind of reasonably well. Apart from that, he never has a big save really. I think he had one in the first half. Apart from that, fairly quiet. Lacked quality, if I'm honest, both teams in the game. But like I said, the moments and the chances, certainly in that first half, we probably did enough to nick it and get the three.
A centre-half pairing that probably never played together before in a game as centre-halves anyway, coming through that without anybody looked like they got any injuries, and they've kept that clean sheet, so that's something to work with as well, I guess.
And listen, like I said, it was one of the games that we knew what to expect, hence the reason Sam and Strapp come in and they dealt with everything. They've done the basics really, really well. We never asked too much of them in terms of a general build-up and trying to do things kind of over-complicating things. But like I said, they've done the basics really well. They won their duels, even towards the end when Dunfermline tried to sling everything in the box with a goalie kicking the ball 80 yards and just lumping it into the box. It's not the way that I see things, but it's you've got to deal with it. And like I said, the boys done reasonably well and stood up to it.
Wee bit of needle in the game, but I don't think in too much of a bad way. It's just nice and competitive, and I suppose if there's not going to be much quality on a day like this, on a surface like that, at least there's something there that's worth watching.
Of course it is. It's just two teams trying to win and doing their best for their team. Listen, I think the referee's card happy. I think even towards the end over at their ultras, we do 3 fouls, we get 3 cards. They do anything and they don't get anything. So, like I say, you're at a talking point every week with them, so I'm not going to go into it too much.
Brilliant. Well, like we said, it's not really something too worth talking about too much. So we'll catch up with you during the week, Rhys. Thank you very much. Lewis, not a classic that game of football. I suppose just one of those ones we've had to go through, and a clean sheet, something.
Yeah. A clean sheet's what's good to take from it. Obviously, it's a game you would say would get football stopped, some would say, but obviously the conditions, the pitch in the middle of the park there is not great. But yeah, we knew what we were coming into, and I thought we had a few chances. I think in the first half we could have come in 1-0 up, and that might have pushed us on. I think whatever team scored first that today would have been the winners.
Yeah, I think we could maybe have played another half hour and it wouldn't have been a goal, but it's just one of those afternoons. I know that Dunfermline's management team have talked about the surface a few times in the last few weeks, so I don't think there's any secret about it. It's not the best pitch you'll ever play on, but you and Sam in particular had some battles that you had to go out and win, and you did the job. Yeah,
obviously today we kind of knew it was going to be like that, a battle. The goalkeeper's got a long kick. Obviously every time it's a free kick or a goal kick, it's in behind or it's going in the box, so they put the big back three up, and we knew it was going to be a battle and we were ready for it. And I think today we done well defensively. We done well. Obviously could have been better on the ball, maybe going into the final third, but we talked about it all week. This was the kind of game we were coming into, and we're not surprised the way it went.
And I suppose that's the one thing that you can take in it from, like you say, the clean sheet, the fact that you knew it was going to be this kind of game, prepared properly for it, and shape was good, winning duels, all that kind of stuff went the way we want it to, so you can be pleased at least with that aspect of the work, even if, particularly second half, we didn't create that much going forward.
I think obviously this time of the season, and we know what we've got coming ahead, and obviously a lot of things would have had to have went our way. We're coming out here and we want to shut up shop a wee bit, be very good defensively, and obviously going forward we want to try get in behind areas in there, because they play obviously a free at the back, so we want to try get into the wide areas. Did we do it enough today? Probably not, but obviously that's what we were set out to do.
Well, like you say, we've got something to take from it at least, and we go on to Friday night. I'll let you get on with the rest of your weekend.
No, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.